Did you guys think about the questions? No. No, not yet? Okay, so now we're going to the second section. The questions from audience and final statement of the candidates. And lastly, we will have the notification about the election plan. So now we will have the questions from audience. The rules are like in the PPT slide. First, please raise your hand if you have a question. And please introduce yourself before asking questions, just briefly. And lastly, you can ask questions to both of the candidates or just one of the candidates. So before asking question, please tell us that you want to ask a question to candidate number 1 or candidate number 2 or both of them. So, any questions?
My name is Marianne and I'm from Ghana, and I want to ask this question. My question, I think any of the candidates can answer. Can you please go back to the slide about the events? So about the events that, this question, I wasn't very convinced with any of the candidates' replies, so I would like you guys to just say it again, like answer this question again, given specific event, okay, wait, sorry, please, finance. Yeah, I wasn't very satisfied with the answers, although you don't. The second candidate said he didn't know anything about the financial structure, but taking the financial structure of UISO out, for if you have any organization that you want to make independent, because for the first candidate who said we should still depend on UIC and student supporting team, we are an organization. Although we depend on them, there are some things they can't do for us, because maybe they have just a budget. So we have to be able to support ourselves with something outside the budget of the school. So in that instance, what should we do? Because at that point, UIC and student supporting team can't be of help to us. So what can we do in that instance? If you are the president of UIC, how are you going to solve that problem?
So you're asking to candidate number 2 or both of them?
Yeah, to both of them. So, simple question, simple. If we have a situation that we can't, the budget of UIC and student supporting team can't support UISO, what can we do? What can you do as president to help us support ourselves independently, not dependent on UIC and student supporting team?
So, you have 2 questions, right?
One actually.
Okay. So, candidate number 1, you can go first.
I will put a box in front of technology management and write on it, please give a charity for the UISO because we don't have money. I'm just kidding. I don't think that there will be a situation in which we will not have money, because I don't think that we don't need to be independent, because every club is dependent on the finance of UNIST. So I think there is extremely no need to be independent.
I don't think other clubs are totally dependent. I'm not saying we should be totally independent of UIC and student supporting team, but in the case that we want to have this event, but UIC can support us with only 500,000 won, but we need 1 million won. So how are you, as the president of UIC, going to help us get the extra 500,000 won? Are you going to give it to us from your pocket money, or are you going to? What are you going to do?
We have a bank.
Which bank?
I'm just kidding. Mariam, it's kind of question which is, how to say, we cannot get money from nowhere because we are students. Can you imagine where we can get money? It's just only might be the food events which were the last year. So the money from the food event went to the UISO. Maybe that way might be only of gathering money for the UISO.
Okay, so campaign number 2.
Yeah, it's a rough situation. I don't think actually it's same thought. I don't think what happened in this kind of situation because, like, you know, the UNIST, draws the international students from their countries to support them here. So I don't think they want abundance. So actually, I have never thought about this kind of situation before. But like maybe this measure is supposed that they have this kind of situation. So obviously, we will look for this some kind of, the international organization outside. For example, like a social organization for like international residents in Ulsan, or like maybe like different universities administration or kind of. Maybe, I don't know, but maybe look for some social organization. That's going to be the good place to beg for. So, but anyway, I don't think it won't happen.
Thank you for the comments. And actually, as I was the previous financial manager of the UISO, I hope next president consider it more deeply, because for the finance things we have limited budget always, and also if we get funding from other organization, we have restriction of the usage. So that's why we asking the independent and sustainable things. So yeah, just my comments. And any other questions?
Yeah. Well, my name is Eugene Smart, and I also like to talk about the issue about money. Because one major problem that we had was the time we were trying to make the UISO t-shirts, for instance, UNIST actually decided not to support us with their own funds. We had to do it with our own funds. And actually, I actually recall that we actually invested our own pocket money to do that thing. So, in such issues, we need our own internal funds. We actually don't need like millions of won in our accounts. We just need like hundreds of won, something of that sort. So we're thinking of ways that, like a president, you can help raise some funds, not like millions of won, but some, short amount of money just to maintain the, internal structure of the organization. Yeah.
Hello guys, first of all I'd like to wish both of you good luck for running this post. Regarding this financial thing, I would like to tell that, the thing is that the issue which Marian raised, this thing would happen to you guys. I mean, you got to think about the finance of the UISO, right? Sometimes you have to arrange an event and UNIST would not simply support you, So, I don't know, if I'm not wrong, some of you said like, this thing won't happen. I think this would happen. So, for that, you guys should have some strategies. Like you guys should have some financial team or some sort of thing. Or you can mutually organize things with student unions, so that you can get funds from them. Anyways, I kind of support Mariam's question, and I didn't get any satisfied answer from anyone of you. But I still think once you get this post, you would just realize, and you think about the strategies, I kind of emphasize on my issue. So I don't know who will be the president, but think about it.
Thank you for your comment. Other questions?
The previous question I have is a suggestion. Student union usually give us some boost for the festival, so we can sell some product there, and people in the festival usually buy the product they win higher price, so they can buy it at higher price, so we can make the profit from the price difference. And that's my suggestion. And I have a question that I know AG candidate too, because we were same high school, and he was like in my student union also in my high school, so I know his experience and I know he can lead. So I have a question from Rawan, that do you have any experience that you worked for a student organization or something like student union before?
Yeah, I worked